If you happen to be the head of state of the country, then we think it is your responsibility to provide honorary citizenship to Sir Lewis Hamilton, the F1 champ. And well, it seemed that these statements were echoed by the Brazilian government, as they just offered Lewis Hamilton this honor. In today's video, we will be talking about all the recent updates regarding this news and much more. Stay tuned to hear all about it. Brazil has always been a pretty significant place for 7 times Formula One championship winner Lewis Hamilton. And why wouldn't it be? It was here in 2008 that the Brit won his first world championship title in the Brazilian Grand Prix. And get this, last year it was speculated that if the Mercedes driver managed to win the Interlagos race, he might also be granted honorary citizenship of the country. And guess what happened? Yep, that's right. Lewis Hamilton masterfully managed to secure a victory after a pretty tough competition. So there was only one thing left to do, to give the man his citizenship. Up next, here's a closer look to what went on behind the scenes. Like any other F1 driver, Hamilton has always had a huge respect for Ayrton Senna, the Brazilian F1 legend who won 3 championships and unfortunately died during a race in Italy. In order to honor him, the Brit held up the flag of Brazil on the podium after his win last year. And well, this move apparently sat really well with the Brazilian government. Soon, it was proposed by Congressman Andre Figueiredo that the Briton should get honorary citizenship. Now, isn't that just wholesome? Following up, how has Hamilton fared in Brazil? Hamilton has always managed to do pretty well in the Brazilian Grand Prix. As of right now, he's won 3 titles in the country in 2016, 2018, and 2021. And just recently, the champ made an attempt to get a 4th win under his belt, but that really didn't go in his favor, and he returned with a 2nd position, which we think was pretty good as well. Now, here's what the man of the hour had to say about this honor. Things might not have worked out in the champ's attempt at the 4th title, but hey, at least he walked away with the citizenship. That's more than anyone else who participated in the race can say, and it was pretty clear that the Mercedes driver was very mindful of that honor. Let's get into that. Hamilton was invited to the country's Chamber of Deputies, where he received his citizenship. And can we just say that he looked particularly dapper in the blue suit he picked out for the occasion? Anyway, at the ceremony, the 7-time champ was very gleeful and said, "I feel like I'm one of you. Isn't that cute?" During the festivities, Hamilton also received the state's Legislative Merit Medal, along with a diploma. He also gave a very emotional speech in which he dedicated the honor to Senna. Apart from this, he also mentioned that he held very warm feelings towards Brazil due to his incredible memories there. The champ spoke to a cheering crowd, saying that the 2021 race was particularly special for him since he knew that the country would cheer him on along the way. He also stated that he was looking forward to their continued efforts. Moving on, Hamilton recalled his previous experiences in the country. The Briton was exceptionally thankful at the ceremony, where he had nothing but praise for the country. He also talked about his first race in 2007, which also happened to be his first F1 season. Hamilton mentioned that the love he's felt in the country has only grown since 2007, along with the sort of experiences he had. And that's not the only association Hamilton has had with the country. As he mentioned earlier, he was particularly fond of a Brazilian hero, Ayrton Senna. The Brit quotes a memory from when he was 5 years old, saying that it was when he saw Senna race for the first time. He declared that it was at this moment that he knew he wanted to be a world champion just like Senna. Hamilton also stated that he felt very inspired in the country since people here were very passionate and that they were working hard to push for change and diversity. Now, here's what Team Mercedes had to say about this honor. Everyone is really happy to see that Hamilton was recognized for his talents in the country. Toto Wolff, the team boss for Mercedes, said that this was a very special moment for his star driver. He acknowledged the fact that this was a huge achievement for Hamilton, and why shouldn't it be? To be recognized and celebrated by Ayrton Senna's country alongside him. Now, that's an honor one can't forget easily. And it's not just this. Wolff made it abundantly clear that this was a well-deserved honor. He said that one couldn't easily deny Hamilton's contributions to the track and how he had been an avid advocate for diversity in the sport. Well, this latest update is pretty much the perfect example of how widely loved and honored Hamilton is. Now, hammer time has become a particularly well-known phrase in the world of F1. Have you ever wondered where it originated from? Well, don't worry. Lewis Lewis Hamilton is here with the answer. First up, what's the origin of hammer time? So, if you're a true diehard Formula fan, then you probably heard the phrase hammer time here and there, especially when Bono calls for it over the team radio while talking to Hamilton during the race. Well, here's the thing. It's actually a pretty smart reference to a 1990 song, You Can't Touch This, by MC Hammer, and also a nod to the racer's three-letter designation, ham, in the world of F1. Recently, we heard this phrase being used during the United States Grand Prix, where Bono said it, hoping to encourage Hamilton to push past his #1 rival, Max Verstappen, and secure a victory for himself. Later in Mexico, the Brit mentioned that it had been a long time since he had heard these words. When asked about the origin of this term, the Mercedes driver said that he came up with a term as an alternative to being told to push. Following up, here's an anecdote about the phrase. We can only imagine how frustrated Ham might get towards the end of a race when it's all or nothing. The 7-time champ recalled an instant where Bono told him to push, which made him pretty annoyed since he was already pushing. And well, turns out that Hamilton had a rather creative solution to this problem. He just asked to say, "It's hammer time," if they wanted him to go all out, and the rest is history. What's interesting is that "it's hammer time" has now become a universally used phrase by the fans of F1. Even we are guilty of that every now and then. Up next, hammer time is the perfect example of growth. But how can a simple phrase manage to do that? Well, here's the thing. Hamilton is particularly proud of this phrase because it shows the growth his team has been through. And that's actually the truth. Hammer time signifies a problem Bono and Hamilton faced and then overcame as a team. The Mercedes driver went on to say that he was extremely thankful for the journey he shared with Bono. The two have been working together since 2013, and it's no secret that their partnership has been very successful. The two have shared one of the longest driver-engineer partnerships in the sport, and this consistency has contributed a lot to the champion's one-of-a-kind career. Lastly, here's the kind of relationship Bono and Ham share. Bono has been a huge aid for Hamilton during his time with Mercedes, and stats back up the claim that their partnership has been the most successful one in the history of F1. During this collaboration, the British driver managed to get 6 of his 7 total world titles. Apart from this, 85 of his 103 Grand Prix victories were won during this partnership. Now, if that doesn't scream success, then we don't know what does. But here's something else that you're gonna like very much. This partnership isn't limited to the tracks only. Hamilton opened up about their relationship, saying that they had supported each other both on and off the tracks at all sorts of times. And get this, the driver also mentioned that he really admired the fact that Bono managed to remain calm throughout the race. Well, we're sure it came in the job description, and that the man really didn't have any other choice. But still, it's good to know that things worked out for them. The Briton also said that there were not many people who would be able to help him in the way Bono did. And well, we wholeheartedly agree. That's a wrap for this video, folks. What's your opinion of Hamilton getting honorary Brazilian citizenship? Do you use the phrase "it's hammer time" in your daily life? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. See you in the next one with the latest updates.